What's up, everybody? This is Big Play Killer, TPZ, however you want to call it, man. This is my first video with digital Pigskin. I'm excited. I hope you guys are excited. I have a story for you, a heart-touching story, and it's just a story I want you guys to really look at life for what it is. It changes. It can be good. It can be bad, but it always ends up in your hands. How you deal with different situations, how you look at life. You must always accept the responsibility to whatever happens to you. Whatever happens to you, you must accept responsibility for it and figure out a way to change it or to accept it. But you must accept responsibility for everything that happens to you. You can't push the blame off on anybody else if you want to be in control of your life. Alright, let's get to the story. Imagine you're one of the top 50 players in the nation. All the schools are calling for you. Everybody wants to give you a scholarship. I mean, not just the small schools. I'm talking about Michigan, Ohio. Michigan's calling on Monday. Ohio's calling on Tuesday. Michigan's calling on Wednesday. Ohio's calling on Thursday. But you're from Southern California, and you know what school you want to go to? You want to go to the Trojans. Filled with tradition, great linebackers. You verbally commit to USC. You're from California. You're going to USC. Your dreams are coming true. You're one of the happiest kids in the world. Less than a week later, you find yourself handcuffed, accused of rape. Your defense team tells you you can either go to trial and try to fight this and get 41 to life if you're found guilty, 41 years in prison to life if found guilty, or you can take a plea deal for 10 years and you can get out 5 years if you do good behavior. If you have good behavior. So, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but if you've never been in trouble before and somebody gives you two options, life in prison or 10 years if you plead guilty, and you might get out in 5. If I'm a scared 16-year-old, I think I might take the plea deal. So Brian Banks takes the plea deal. Even though there was no DNA evidence, it was his word against her word. He took the plea deal because his lawyer was like, look, you're a big man. When they see her crying and they look at you, remember this guy was one of the top linebackers, middle linebackers in the nation. So he was not a small guy. He took the plea deal. After being in prison for 5 years, he was released on good behavior. After being released, he met up with his accuser on Facebook. They became friends again because he already knew her because she was his classmate. They became friends again. They talked a few times, and she agreed to meet him. On his way to meet his accuser, Brian dropped to his knees and he prayed. He asked God to give him the strength to clear his head, to not let him be filled with anger when he meets his accuser, and let him do the right thing. Once he met his accuser, he asked her, would she help him clear his name? He said he had forgiven her for what had happened, but would she help him clear his name? Because now he's a sex offender. He's still on parole, and now he has a felony on his record. It's hard to get a job. It's hard to be around kids or anything with those kind of things on your record. So he was just trying to clear his name now so he can have a normal life again. She agreed with him. She said, I will come to court and help clear your name. When it was time for his accuser to come to court, she was a no-show because she was awarded $1.5 million by the state of California for being raped. She didn't want to have to pay back the money that she got falsely. You know, she shouldn't never receive that money because he did not rape her. That's why she wanted to clear his name, because she know he didn't rape her, but she had other motivation to get the $1.5 million. Now, Brian is upset when she doesn't show up, but he talks to her again, and he gets her to meet with his lawyer. His lawyer meets with her, and they have a video camera. They record her saying he didn't rape her, he didn't kidnap her, he didn't touch her, and she didn't want to come to court because she was afraid she was going to have to pay back the money, and she didn't have the money anymore. So the judge was able to clear his name off this evidence, and now he was a free man, and he had a clear record. But now he's 22 years old. His dreams of being a college star are pretty much gone. He was able to go on a news channel, and he asked NFL teams, would someone please bring him in so he could have live out his lifelong dream to try to play in the NFL. At the time when he signed his he verbally committed to USC when he was 16 years old, Pete Carroll was the head coach of USC. Now Pete Carroll is the head coach of the Seattle Seahawks. So Pete Carroll remembered this young man, and they brought him in. They brought him in for a workout, and he impressed the coaches, so they invited him back to the mini camp for this summer camp. On June the 7th of 2012, he was in Seattle, Washington. He tried out for the team during the mini camp, and they was impressed, so they're going to bring him back in for mini camp. So hopefully, just keep our hands and fingers crossed for this guy. I hope he makes the team. If not, he could be on the practice team for a year, and try hopefully next year to make the team. And this is a tragic story that had a crazy twist, and now he's able to hopefully reach his dreams. But this is a sad, sad story. And just remember, people, this could be you. So keep in mind the people you date, the people you hang around. If you see any red flags, try to remove yourself from the situation, because you never know. You could be on top of the world one day and behind bars the next. This is TP signing out. Hope y'all have a good day, man.